The Secret Service is dealing with some obstacles and some challenges when it comes to keeping Donald Trump and his family safe. Now, of course, with Trump and his family, there are some unique challenges, and it's because there are so many people in so many different places simultaneously. And so the service had asked the Trump White House to approve an extra $60 million into its roughly $2 billion initial budget. Doesn't seem like that's happened yet, but it could happen in the future. And it's not unfair for them to ask for that money, especially when you consider that Melania Trump is still in New York in Trump Tower with Barron, so they have to pay for the security there. You also have Trump's family members traveling to other countries at various times, and they have to make sure that they keep them safe. And then Donald Trump is constantly tweeting things that offend people that leads to death threats, and also traveling to Mar-a-Lago in a very predictable travel pattern. And so that has become a very unique challenge for the Secret Service here. Now, one former Secret Service agent said the following: the Twitter thing is creating a lot of hassles. It's generated a tidal wave of threats that Secret Service can't ignore. He also says it's an arithmetic impossibility to interview every single person who sends a threat. It's not possible, right? And so they have to somehow figure out which one of these threats should be taken seriously, which one of them is just the standard internet death threat. And that gets very difficult to decipher, because you never know. Someone might be unhinged and might actually try to carry out some form of violence against Trump or one of his family members. And also, if you are a Secret Service agent investigating this, if you make a mistake and you misjudge something and someone gets hurt, well, it's on you. So it's a problem, and I don't know well, I know what the solution is. We just know that the behavior by Trump and his family members won't change. So I don't know what's gonna happen with the Secret Service or their safety.
I think it's really interesting that never in the history of our public office have we ever had such an administration that lacks dignity, that engages in social media the way that they do. Not that social media has been around that long, but when you think about, the Trump sons who post pictures on Facebook with dead animals that they go hunt, and then you think about them running a commercial for Ivanka's clothing line while people in Flint don't have water. So you cannot, you know why people are so hateful right now, and people really want to harm the people who seem to be gloating and seem to be, just taking advantage of the people of the United States. So I understand that, but I also think we have so many other things to worry about that they need to tighten up that operation, because I think that the people need to be the priority in the country, not a family that wants to engage in privilege and live a lifestyle that they're living as if they were socialites in New York. This is a first family.
Yeah. It's hard to think of a life of more privilege than living in the White House, which is a castle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Designed explicitly to be impressive, to shock and awe people when they show up and they say, oh my goodness, this is a giant, amazing house at the end of this giant, amazing national mall.
May I say
Take
something
advantage
that
of that.
People will probably disagree with?
What?
I don't think that the White House looks that impressive.
Well, what side do you see it from?
I've seen it from all sides.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, all sides that are available to us. But look, yeah, it is cool. I'm not saying that it's like a shack or anything, but look, someone like Donald Trump, who has grown up in the lap of luxury, is not impressed by the White House. Let's keep it real, right?
Yeah.
So that's the reason why every chance he gets, he's flying to Mar-a-Lago, which, by the way, is hurting the local economy there, and is also hurting us as a country of taxpayers who have to foot the bill for those constant weekly trips.
Right, we've seen that stat that he's in his first year going to outdo the spending on travel that Obama did in his entire administration.
Right, and look, it's always super annoying to me when people are like, the president, he's golfing, he's vacationing, he's doing this, he's doing that. It's just annoying because, yeah, he's the president, and sometimes, you're super stressed out like every other human, and you need to take your mind off of really important issues that are happening right now. I get that. But with Trump, it's like, he has amplified it by so much. He has traveled to Mar-a-Lago way too many times, way too early on in his presidency. And it's just, it's frustrating because at the same time, you have people in his political party arguing that they're the fiscal conservatives, right? Criticizing Obama and the trips he took. What about your own president? What about what's happening right now?
Right, and the move is to say, listen, you are asking us to increase the budget on this by $60 million. Let's look at the places you've cut by $60 million.
Places you'd like to cut.
And places you'd like to cut, and compare how important those things are. Now, I get it as if you are the Secret Service, it is your job to protect the president and everyone else that you've been assigned to protect. And I understand the president's instinct or anyone's instinct to say like, well, it's your job, but come on, work with us here.
And the thing about us is like so many of us are connected to people that are poor and so many people that have to go work. These people have a distorted sense of reality because they're not connected. They're only connected to privilege and more privilege and more privilege. So they're so disconnected. While we need our basic needs, and people that go to work every day who are worried about their health care and taxes and all that stuff,
absolutely.
Then they got to worry about, and I'm all for Barron being safe because that baby is an innocent in this. But I'm like, I think it's just disgusting. Like every day it's a different thing that we gotta really swallow. Because at this point we're just swallowing, and it's just that's how it feels.
I just don't want Donald Trump to make me swallow anything.
Okay. All right. One other thing I wanted to add is the Secret Service is now thinking that maybe it makes sense to have permanent security at some of the locations that Trump is constantly traveling to. That includes Mar-a-Lago, so just a permanent detail that stays there. Trump Tower, and then Bedminster, New Jersey. That's his private golf club, which he also travels to quite a bit.
That's where because the season in Mar-a-Lago is over. They're saying he will be heading to Bedminster now, which is closer. But I hope, just for many reasons, I hope that if we do assign a permanent Secret Service detail to Mar-a-Lago, they stay at the competing resort across the street. Like, don't do that because A, we shouldn't be, putting money into his pockets because of his security detail that's costing us money.
Yeah.
I just hope that we put it in like whatever, Mara across the street,
Membership helps fund the Young Turks. You know one great thing about that? That means we're not accountable to anyone but you guys. That's why we're strong together, because we built this show around you. Come build it even bigger and better at tytnetwork.com/join.